We've got our plums. I love the tartness of those plums, and I love it when you bake any sort of recipe. Tell us what you're doing here.
Well, I guess I'm kind of making it for you like a tart. What I'm doing is using my dough that I always make with my lard, and I'm going to cut out and make them in like little muffin tins.
Yeah.
Put that in. I'll show you what I'm going to put in with it, sugar and stuff, and we're going to have like little baby pies. How about
You
that?
made some of this the other day.
You ate them all.
I love the tartness. It's almost like a tart cherry.
Yeah, it is.
And the flavor that had, you had just enough sugar
Added to it.
so you had some sugar, but you still got the tart.
Mm-hmm. You like that?
This is special. Now, if you don't have wild plums, a lot of people aren't, you can use regular plums, and it'll probably be easier because these little guys are small and they're kind of hard to pit, aren't they?
Yeah. And actually, these are very tart, so I think you'd almost need like a tart, some kind of tart, cherry or something, because you don't want the sweet, because then you wouldn't need any sugar. Because we're putting a pinch of sugar on these.
You're right, tart cherries that you can buy in the store anyway.
Yeah.
That would be delicious.
Let's make a nice big pie too, wouldn't it?
Ooh. So we got to cook. We got to think timing.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to cook our tomato pie and our tarts probably about the same time, and then we'll start on our breakfast.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
So this is all we have left of these, and I need 2 cups pitted, so I got it mostly ready because it's instead of getting all dirty this morning. I need a few more of these.
Oh, we might mention too, Nikki, that the other day you made plum sauce.
Oh, I did. That's right.
Ooh, we might give them that recipe too.
And I'm just going to get a couple more of these in here. And I've let them sit a few days. It makes it easier. At first, I was really digging, so I've let them kind of sit. And I'm just popping the seeds out, which you've had me save because you want to plant a bunch of trees, you said.
Those are so good just to pull out and eat. They're tart, but they're sweet. Oh,
And I got about 2 cups here.
beautiful, wonderful.
So I'm glad I did these earlier because she's just a little time consuming. I'm going to go wash my hands so I can mess with what's next. All right, I've got 2 cups because this is going to make about 6 of our little tarts. I mean, you could double it. I have got a 1/4 cup of sugar.
So you're saying 4 for me and 2 for you?
Exactly, or maybe 5 for you and 1 for me.
So that was only a 1/4 cup of sugar.
Yeah, I'm going a little, because you liked it tart. You
I
could
like
go
the
more.
tart. Is that the way you did it the other day?
Yeah, that's the way I did it. I have 2 teaspoons. I squeezed some lemon juice. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of flour.
Just to thicken it up, all-purpose flour.
Yeah, it's almost like we're doing a little pie. And then just a hit or 2 of cinnamon, whatever you like.
And remember, if you don't have wild plums, which a lot of you probably won't have that, the tart cherries I think would work beautifully.
Oh,
with this.
yeah.
Or regular plums.
And I'm just going to stir this up and let it sit for a little bit while we make our dough, which I've already actually made. As I'm doing my normal dough where I take lard and flour and sugar and salt. And I got it made and already sitting aside for us.
Yum. You know what? We got all kinds of dough today, which I like, and I know you like.
I love dough. And so I pre-made this because we're making, and we've made it before. And this looks like a little bit, but I took actually a 1.5 cups of flour, a tablespoon of lard, mix it in there, and I just threw in maybe half a teaspoon of salt and about a tablespoon of sugar. And some water.
And you can use whatever you want. You don't have to use lard. You can use anything that
you like.
suits your heart, and make sure that your doctor
Is okay with it.
is okay with whatever you do.
And I'm gonna see how many I get out of this. I'm hoping to get about 6, but I don't know for sure. And I'm actually gonna use this to cut my little, it makes the perfect size for the muffins.
I'm telling you what, this is one of my favorite things that I've had in a while. Of course, everything you do is magic when it comes to baking and
Oh, thank you.
cooking.
You know, we actually did this the other day and we put some of that pear mincemeat in these too.
Oh, you know, winter's right around the corner, so we got to prepare for hibernation.
That's right. So this is good.
So a lot of carbs. Got to get there. We just went through the cabbage soup. We lost a few lbs. Now it's time to put them back on.
You got to have a little meat on your bones when you're our age.
That's exactly right.
I'm gonna cut a couple of these out, and I like these because it kind of gives me the exact size that I need.
You know, and I think when you're done, if you'll do that little drizzle that you do, that like the confectioner sugar and water drizzle, oh,
That would be
my.
good.
Because of the tart, that little bit of sweet on top.
And to me, these make the perfect little size. See how they just pop in there?
I'm glad you're only making 6, because you know what happened if you made 12?
You could eat them all.
I would eat every one of them.
That's right. See how those push in there perfect? That makes me so happy. That's the perfect cutter.
That is the
Perfect cutter for little muffin pies.
You got to take what you got and use it.
That's right.
So
Now-
you didn't put a top on those, did you?
Not yet. We're going to put a crumble on top.
Crumble, yeah.
Yes,
I'm
I'm
trying to
gonna make a
remember what
little
you did.
crumble. So I'm just going to fill these up.
You made 4 the other day, I
Yes.
think, and I ate
Yes.
3 of them.
You did. I only got to try 1. Let me get rid of all this mess, and we'll make a really easy crumble to put on the top, and we'll get those cooking. Sound good?
I hate to say this, it seems repetitive, but yum, Papa. So, the crumble.
All right, and you could put a little pie crust on top, but I tried something different this time. I've got 2 tablespoons of butter in here, 1/8 of sugar, 1/8 of flour. I'm just gonna put a little bit of cinnamon in here, put a little bit of nutmeg, and just kind of crumble it down the top, and it's gonna make that little top like I had the other day. You seem to like that
that's
top.
good. You know, with that topping that you did, if you do your confectioner sugar wet drizzle on top of there.
Oh, that'd be good.
Ooh, that's decadent.
See, I got little clumps here, kind of. I'm just gonna put a little bit on each one. Now this is just, you know, you think about it, butter, flour, and sugar. The butter's gonna bring it all together, and it's gonna make little tops.
Oh, yeah. And just to think, they started out as little plums up on the hill.
That's right.
No plan for the day, and you made their day.
And that's it. And I'm
You
gonna
turned
mess.
them into stars.
You wanna open the oven for me, and I'll try not to get dirty and get these in here.
350 degrees for how long?
We're gonna check them in 30 minutes. I think 30 to 45. We'll make a decision on how it turns out.
Wonderful.
And it's been what, 40 minutes?
It's been about 40 minutes. Oh, I wish you could smell this kitchen.
One of them grew really big. Alrighty.
Now if you drizzle those,
I will.
and oh, this is gonna be fantastic.
And I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just doing water. Sometimes you put vanilla and flavorings. All this was confectioner sugar and just a little water to the consistency you want.
Yum.
So
So
I'm
you can make it thick, or you can make it a
Yeah.
little thinner.
I'm making it kind of thinner because you like it drizzled over, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Just all over the top.
I think they're beautiful. Beautiful.